Banished from Earth Classic Game Room broadcasts from the intergalactic space arcade on its never-ending mission to review everything.
Commander, you do not look well.
Alright, here we go. For those of you who say I never give a bad review, prepare to eat those words because it's Ratchet and Clank All for One. All for Naught. Easily the worst game in this series. But is it as bad as I think it is?
Let's do this.
I mean, it's got a flamethrower, so it can't be all bad. It's just that Ratchet and Clank is one of the greatest video game series ever. With lovable characters, great storylines, fun gameplay, cool visuals, and a nice, humorous, silly style. This game is a mockery of all of that, because it tries to be a social party game instead of a true Ratchet and Clank adventure. And because you know Insomniac can do better, it falls flat on its face.
Hey, I caught one!
Yes, you caught the I'm going to make a generic party game fever.
Let's do this.
It's taken me forever to review this because it pains me to play it, even though I got this for free on PlayStation Network. I have better Ratchet and Clank games on the shelf that I'd like to enjoy, namely all of them instead of this. Yet it's not god-awful. It's not a god-awful game. If it was any other series, or like a new series that nobody cared about, it would be passable. It would be generic, decent family fun. But Insomniac clearly lost their way with All for One. I mean, what's this crap? Shoot the bubble gun at the thing that needs to somehow be activated by a bubble gun? What? This is stupid. And the whole game is stupid because of crap like this.
Over here, cadets.
All for One has its moments, like the gun that turns enemies into pigs, and it's meant to be a social game, so get up to 3 of your friends and play a 4-player game together, so you can all be bored by its mediocrity. I feel like if you're going to let me turn enemies into pigs, you should go one step further and allow me to blend them into hot dogs. You can play single player, and your computer friend will kind of tag along with you because much of the game requires 2 characters to access the next part of the level or whatever. There's lots of things to collect, of course, and it's all done in such a half-assed way. The level designs feel uninspired, like I've seen this all before in other Ratchet and Clank games done better. Even the music feels like it was just ripped off of Transformers.
All together now?
And the whole teamwork thing gets really played out quickly. Like, I get it, yes, there's 4 of us, or 2 of us, whatever, working together to defeat some stupid enemy that the game doesn't even make any sense.
Steward, where are my minions?
Most of them are afraid to fight, Commander. They are hiding in storage until the interlopers evacuate.
Well, then lie! Tell them there's a party in Sector 12 with cake and presents. I don't know. Use your imagination.
Attention, minions. There is a party in Sector 12 with cake and presents, and absolutely no threat to your life whatsoever. BYOB.
Okay, that was legitimately funny, but this whole review has only one conclusion. There's better Ratchet and Clank games.
You, enemy. You look like you could use a good spanking.
Which leaves you, the Ratchet and Clank fan, with a tough decision. What's your price point? And is it worth the time to play a game that's clearly mediocre? I don't think it's a great party game, and it's not a good Ratchet and Clank adventure.
The Critter Strike is the latest in molecular reconfiguration. It turns deadly enemies...
Like I said, it has its moments. Some of this stuff is charming. It's just that Ratchet and Clank has been better.
On the same enemy will create a powerful...
I think 3 is about the highest price I would pay for this game. I'm starting to repeat myself, but every time you enter a level, it's like you know exactly what to expect. 2 enemies, well, the next one's going to be 3 enemies, and then maybe 3 enemies and some smaller ones, and then an end boss. And while that formula may not be all that dissimilar from the other games, this one isn't as much fun to play because the combat has been dumbed down to make way for 4-player multiplayer.
My robotic friend, we do not wish to fight.
And there's no compelling storyline to hold it all together. Ratchet and Clank All for One pales in comparison to Ratchet and Clank Going Commando or Up Your Arsenal or the first one. Games with great storylines and good character development, as well as some excellent action. This one is generic, and Ratchet and Clank deserve more.
I hereby declare you enemies of the Master. Prepare to do battle.